he don't need classes, he don't do classes. And you know what I said? We could tell Ray J, that's why you done did all these D-list work and you ain't want no Emmy. He gonna sit up there and act like he didn't want an Emmy and he too good for acting classes. But if you took some acting classes, you would be further along instead of doing all these reality shows. Okay? So anyway. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brandy Yvonne channel. Of course, you know I'm Brandy Yvonne. Here at my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows. Y'all, this video, we are talking College Hill Season 2, Episode 3, titled Work Hard, Party Harder. Before we get into anything, y'all, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy the content. Also share the video and comment. Let me know what you think about this season of College Hill thus far. Y'all know I'm late. I apologize. I've been trying to get this video to y'all every day, but it just hasn't been working out. We already gone on a trip. I've been tired, stressed out. So anyway, y'all didn't come here to hear me complain. Y'all want to see this video, so let's get into it. All right, so one thing I have to say kudos to this new season of College Hill is how much they're educating us on our Black history. I really like the way they're doing that. I think if reality shows want to, especially with ensemble casts, if they want to stay relevant, definitely educating people, giving them new information is the way to go. Because we tired of seeing the girls just fuss and fight and carry on over BS. We're tired of it, okay? Anywho, so the episode starts out with everyone getting ready for breakfast. Their first field trip, okay, for their I want to say it's civil rights class or something like that. Anyway, they're going to what is it called? The Equal Justice Initiative Museum, and this is their legacy museum. I rewinded it several times to make sure I can get the title right, because I didn't want to forget it. I would love to go to Alabama and go to that museum. What they showed us of it was phenomenal. So everyone's getting dressed, getting ready to go to the museum. Ray J is still out of town. So they were getting ready and all that. Parker and, I believe before they went to the museum, Parker and Joseline sat down to talk out their beef with the whole thing of Joseline kicking Parker out the room, and Joseline apologized for calling Joseline a B word and fake and all that. She said, next time you have an issue with me, just come to me, we'll talk it out. And Parker apologized to her. They made up. Parker said, she knows that she's, Joseline's a tough one. They watched the show to see her curse the bees out. She just didn't think she would be one of the bees getting cursed out. And you were today, Parker, and you probably will be again, girl. Anyway, I'm glad that girl's made up. Okay, so they get to the museum. Iman hasn't returned yet as well. So they had to pair up. Quay and Barella's paired off together, Tiffany and Parker, and then Orion and Joseline paired together. So Dr. Johnson, I believe, told them that they would not be there'll be no cameras following them around in the museum, because he wanted to, them have real reactions, not be distracted. He didn't want them putting on for the cameras, right? But we still got to see lots of great images from the museum, and all of them did different confessionals explaining how they felt. A lot of crying. Joseline was crying, especially when it came to the kids. Everyone was pretty emotional about it. Amber said when you first walk in the museum, there's waves and all these words coming up talking about how many people were just died in the Atlantic Ocean alone when it came to the whole transatlantic slave trade and all that. This is very fascinating to me also because I minored in African American Studies in college, so and I loved taking the African American Study courses. I didn't go to HBCU, so I did go to PWI, but still getting that experience. Speaking of the HBCU, before I forget, they were talking before they left the house about Ray J missing out on the experience of the museum. Tiffany was talking to Quay about it, and she kept saying HCBU, and Quay kept saying HBCU. And then when she was going to correct it, she was still messing it up. I hope Tiffany is for real. Like, girl, don't be playing with the HBCU acronym. And then she was like, dang, Quay, okay. Like, I feel like she's just being dumb on purpose, and she don't need to do that. Like, girl, Tiffany, you're better than that. So I hope she's not playing dumb, because I don't like when people play dumb. Like, don't play on my top, okay? So anyway, but back to the museum. Like I said, they showed lots and lots of images. Some, we've seen before. Some were new to me. There were certain images that were new to me. They showed a lot of the civil rights stuff, MLK, Rosa Parks, different slave things, the lynchings and all that. But there were some definitely new images that I've never seen myself. So I love what they showed us from the museum, even though we didn't get to see them walking around in there. I think that is better that we didn't see them walking around in there in the way they did it. And then just playing the song in the background and the way BET portrayed all the images, I thought was great. Kudos to BET for, giving us some Black history and shining a light on this museum. I think that was a wonderful thing they did. So, everyone was definitely impacted by it. Tiffany made a good point of saying, like, paying it forward and looking at what everybody went through, what her people fought for and struggled for. And, I think Quay made a comment that could have been one of them, and how much freedom they have now, I believe Tiffany was talking about. And so it really makes you reflect, like, yeah, that we still have a lot. We still have a lot of injustice going along now. A lot of things we still got to fight for, a lot, especially now with these laws, y'all. But we also have quite a bit of freedom too. So, yeah, that was amazing to see. That definitely was like the highlight of the episode for me, for sure. Okay, so then they went back to the house, I believe. And then Iman came, right? So Iman came, and so they said they're playing pranks on everyone who left and comes back. So they came up with the idea to prank Iman and say, like him, Joseline and Quay were having a beef. And so Joseline came in the room. Quay was like, I need you to get out. I don't need you to be in here. So Iman's like, dang, what's going on? And so then Joseline poured a drink on his face, and then Quay's all mad, and Iman, they finally got, told Iman it was a joke, and he was like, I don't think he joked, and then he finally got it was a joke, so they got him pretty good. And they were like, can't leave the house, you're gonna get pranked. And so then, Ray J was also on the phone later on, and he also got pranked. They said that Joseline and Parker got into a fight. He's like, dang, who won? I'm like, boy. And so he's like, I can't even leave. And they're like, yeah, come on now. So anyway, Ray J did come back, I think, the next day or something. So anyway, they go to class. I believe they went to class that day. And they did the next day or whatever. They did their reports. So we saw them doing their homework. They did the reports on what they saw in the museum. So I believe Tiffany and Parker went first, and they talked about mass incarceration, and then Tiffany also did highlight about the things on the wall. She said she just couldn't get the images out of her mind, even though they didn't have to do with her topic. She couldn't sleep because of one of the things on the wall, I believe said Negro jerky, which is a term I had never even learned about. So like I said, I learned so many new things on this episode, and she just like couldn't believe they even had that term. And yeah, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking knowing what our people went through. It really is. That's why it just, impacts you to want to, make sure you do something meaningful for your life and not waste it, Anyway, so they talked about that, and then I believe we had Omar, I don't know why I would call that boy Omarion. Orion and Joseline talked about racial terror of slavery and all that. And Joseline was saying how, their whole thing was to destroy the, Black race and all that. And then we had Quay and Amber, believe they talked about segregation, okay? And so then Iman, he had ran to the museum real quick that morning at 8 o'clock, just to do a quick tour so he would have something to present. And so they did ask him what he said what he wanted to say. And so he said he learned a lot about, what everybody already kind of touched on. And he said he learned about a lot of this stuff in school, but not really, as he gets older, putting it into perspective about like picking cotton. He thought they just made them pick cotton, but then realizing that they were making so much money off of it. Y'all, key point here, if you don't know nothing else, slavery was a mass economic system that helped build and sustain our country. The beginning stages of our country, okay, the United States was built on slavery, okay, on our ancestors' back. So yeah, it was a huge economic thing. That's why a lot of when the Civil War came, the people who were for slavery, they didn't want to end slavery because of the economic value of it. But anyway, we can get all into the history of it all, but I just thought that was a good point he made. So anywho, then I believe, I don't know if it was after that class or the next day, when they went to the acting class, at some point we saw them do extracurricular, sound like Tiffany, activities. And so Quay, Parker, and New York joined the band, and they're preparing for the Magic City Classic. So we see them preparing for all that. Okay. So anyway, I believe it's the next day when they all go to the acting class and all that. And so, I forgot the name of the professor, but he is awesome. Okay, so Ray J coming there with his glasses on. The professor is on top of him. He on him like white on rice, okay? He made him take his glasses off. Ray J was falling asleep in there. He was like, "Is you falling asleep on me, man?" And then his phone was ringing. He was being a big old distraction. He had them reading different things on the paper. He was asking them different questions, like, I'm angry when this happens. And then they were trying to give out quick answers, and he's like, nope, think about it. Nope, think about it. Now, Ray J, this is the part where Ray J really irritated me, and Ray J just irritates me in general. So Ray J at the class, in his confession, he gonna fix his mouth to say, he never did an acting class a day in his life, he don't need classes, he don't do classes. And you know what I said? We could tell, Ray J, that's why you done did all these D-list work, and you ain't want no Emmy. He gonna sit up there and act like he didn't want an Emmy, and he too good for acting class. Baby, if you took some acting class, you would be further along, instead of doing all these reality shows, okay? So anyway, he gonna say, I dreamed when I was 13 to be an actor, and I've done it 4 or 5 times over because you got hired to be on Moesha with your sister Brandy. And he talking about, I didn't have my sad car since I was a kid. Like, boy, get out of here. You sound like, Ray J just sounds so ignorant to me. Like, you can't learn something from an acting class? How about you get back into acting and further your career and take some classes and really get somewhere? Stop being such an entitled, spoiled brat. I was like, like, you could definitely learn something in that acting class. You definitely could. Okay, you didn't get no Emmy for Moesha. Stop. Anywho, so he asked what makes them happy. One of the most happy is Amber shares she has been happy in years. I could tell she has been happy in years. And I've seen her express some things on social media, kind of alluding to that as well. And she just kind of broke down, and she said Halloween is one of her favorite holidays because then she could dress up and be somebody else, and having to do so much and so much trauma she went through and how to take care of everybody else, she just wants to escape it. And so she broke down, and he told her that was okay in that class. That's how it's going to be. Okay, so then it might have been after that is when they did their extracurricular activity. So anyway, I believe it was the next day or so, or that night, it was they were celebrating Amber Rose's birthday, okay? And so she said she didn't want to do too much. She was tired, but Quay was like, we're going to go to class, and after we go to class, we're going to celebrate her birthday. So they did everything to celebrate her birthday. Joseline's husband, I think his name's Ballistic. He's a nice looking man. He was coming to visit, and she said they going to celebrate her, and then they going to go do their thing, okay? Joseline said she got to get it in. He brought bottles for everybody. It was really nice. And so they were turning up, singing happy birthday. Everybody was having a good old time. Amber said, staying up partying that late on a school night is irresponsible. I agree, Amber. Yes, it is. But me, I was the type, like, even if I would have did that, I would have got my butt up and made the class. I would not have stayed home because it's like, I got to succeed every means necessary. I got myself in this mess. I used to write papers literally the night before, y'all. I would stay up all night writing the paper. Had to hurry up, get dressed, go to class, sometimes be a little late. But I got that paper in on time because I would wait till the last minute to do it. But I was like, I'm going to get it in. Okay, better believe I'm going to get it in. So anyway, I used to pull so many all-nighters in undergrad and grad school. Anywho, so they partied so hard. Next morning, Joseline, she too hungover to go to class. She said she just need a day, get some sleep. Ray J definitely ain't going to class. He needs to sleep. Tiffany is hungover. She needs to sleep. So they go to the acting class. He's like, where's your your classmates at? Iman's like, yeah, Tiffany, she a little weary. Joseline weary. Tiffany's sick. Ray J, he not feeling too good. So then he's like, call Ray J. So they call Ray J. Ray J didn't answer. He was like, what are you doing, man? You need to get here. You skipping class. Like, I'm tired of you dodging me, man. Stop dodging me. He cursed everything. I said, that acting teacher got it out for Ray J. He ain't playing with him. Also, the Dr. Johnson and the other class, the civil rights class, when they did their presentations, he also was like, where's Willie Norwood? He's missing a lot of class. Parker was like, who's Willie Norwood? I was like, girl, that's Ray J's real name. You didn't know. So anywho, so then I believe they also went to French class. Quay was struggling with that French. He was struggling with that French. They was like, présente, however they said it. I don't know French either. I never took French, I only did Spanish, okay? Come on, stop. So anywho, then they were struggling with French class. The French teacher calling out the names. You know, Joseline, New York, and Ray J are not present, okay? Iman did really good to French. He said he can repeat anything anybody says, any sound. He's got it. Anything he throws at him, he can handle it. Like I said, Iman ain't gonna have no problem in school. It's gonna be the rest of them knuckleheads. So anywho, then I believe they went to the advisory class with Dr. Peyton. What is that lady's name? Peyton, or whatever her name is. Anyway, that first advisory class they went to in the beginning. So they went to that class. She's like, where's your classmate? So Quay had to go alone because Ray J was his partner. Because remember, they had to memorize the parts and the stanzas of the school's anthem or song or whatever. So they did that. Everyone seemed to, you know, get their part done. They got it done. They did good. Iman was making his own version of the song, but he got it done. Amber was supposed to memorize the names of the Marion Nine. She only knew the first names, not the last names. The professor's going to give her extra time to get it done correctly, okay? So Parker said in her confessionals, you know, here's how to be a good student. You know, you go to class, you go do your activities. Here's how to be a simp. You stay home, you sleep, you ain't doing nothing. So, and they showed Ray J and them at home just sleeping, sick, and looking a mess. Like, get it together. So they literally was like, I just can't go to class today. Like, really? And so, you know, the professor said, like, there's no reason to be missing her class. Like, if you don't got a good excuse to be missing the class, then no, it's not acceptable. She can't help you. So at the very end of the episode, y'all, and I know I'm doing this video quick because I got to go to bed, y'all. But I didn't want to miss a week with this, and especially because I'm going to be gone and I have to play catch up. So I didn't want to play catch up too much. But anywho, so she came to the door and she ringing the doorbell. Okay, she said she got to let these people know they not about to play with her. And she looking for Ray J. She looking for Joseline. She looking for New York. She said these students are not about to play with her in her face. If you ain't got a good reason to be gone, you don't need to be missing her class, okay? And that's right. That's how college goes. We talked about this last season. You're not going to just miss class, especially with the black teachers, and think you're going to get away with it, okay? You're not going to do it. No, it won't work. So anywho, so next week we're going to see, you know, well, tomorrow's episode, we're going to see how much trouble they really get into or don't get into. Anyway, I thought the episode was good. Let me know what y'all think of the episode. Don't forget to comment down below. Also, if you're a Love and Marriage Huntsville fan, check out my Love and Marriage Huntsville videos. I haven't decided if I'm gonna review Young Rich African Famous, whatever the name of the show is, because like I told y'all, it's feeling overproduced. The one, I'm still on the fence with the one. I gotta see episode 2, but it looks good. I'm gonna try to maybe catch up on that one. Also, y'all, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.